Let's fucking go.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to another episode of The Hope Show, a weekly live stream dedicated to 1/6 scale collecting in general, movies, TV shows, pop culture, all that type of stuff. Not much news over the last week or two, and nevertheless though, we do have a show for you tonight, and we actually ended up with like a bunch of kind of extra additional things we don't normally do, and I had so much stuff that I split it over 2 weeks. So there's just the two of us at the moment. I think Ian is traveling back from Ireland actually, because I met Ian in Dublin yesterday. With some of the guys are on holidays or they're meeting family, so just myself and Bob at the moment, but we'll still get through it. How are you getting on, Bob?
Yeah, really good. Thank you, mate. Yeah, all good. Collections kind of coming together slowly. In my head, I've got it now after 3 years of collecting.
That's good.
For the
Slow
meantime.
and steady. I'm envious of your
Yeah.
space, man, and that's
It's great,
it's
isn't
always
it?
good to
Yeah,
have a bit of
just
a
displaying space.
extra
Yeah.
space. Yeah. What we might do is
Yeah.
I'm just going to get some of the the basic stuff out of the way, and then we'll address the chat before we do anything. That's all right. Okay, so we have shout out to the 5,081 subscribers. Much appreciated. Didn't think I'd get off past 100, to be honest, but it is humbling and greatly appreciated. So if you're one of the 5,081 subscribers, thank you very much to you. And if you're watching and you like the content and you aren't subscribed, maybe you'll click on that subscribe button. It's free and it really does help support and grow the channel. Thank you. Also on Instagram, if you want to follow me on Instagram, where I put up basically figure photography, where I promote shows and videos that I have, whether they're reviews, pre-order previews, my reactions, release reactions, links to the show and all kind of stuff, figure photography and reels. That's at 1/6 Figure Focus, no spaces or underscores on Instagram. Just recently hit 2,000, getting close to 2,100, so much appreciated. Maybe you can follow on that. Shout out to channel members. We have a few gifties. What can I say? They were in the right place at the right time during one of the premieres. I think it was the T1000 premiere. There was 5 memberships gifted towards the Troopers tier. If you are interested in supporting the channel in that way, absolutely no obligation, but there is a link in the description, or sorry, in the chat. It's the pinned comment in the chat as usual. So the first gifted channel memberships on the Troopers tier, we have Keith Lee, Feel the Burn, The Movie Canon, Andreas IB, Danny or Canvas X Collectibles. Then the Troopers tier, we've got Frico Calico, Collectors of the Universe, Blur Dad Life, Yomo Shiny, Big Rib, The Ben Thomas Show, Caffeinated Comic Fan, Dogito, Stanley, Vita, aka her geeky side, that's Jim's better half. Of course, we have Bob, who's a channel member and a panel member, Tiny Art Guy, Figure Craft, 1/6 Shooter, Figures and Fandom, Howard Potts, Agent Silver Fox, who I met yesterday in Dublin, in the flesh, Jose G. Hernandez, Brian Wong, Eddie Money Mendez, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Michael, and of course we have Ryan Smith. Then the Commanders tier, they get their YouTube handle displayed at the end of all the content like this. And of course, the last show we did, I recognized the passing of one of the community members, 1/6 scale collector, a big fan of Alien, Predator, Terminator, Robocop, what I've now coined the Big Four. Rest in peace, Mark Mitchell, who was a channel member, a big supporter of the channel, and just an absolute gentleman. So yeah, rest in peace. His name will be at the end of the the credits there until basically the channel finishes, if and when that happens. So new videos. I recently, a different type of collection tour. It was a very short collection tour. This is my movie icons collection tour, which I have down the living rooms in the IKEA Millsbo cabinet there. So if you want to check that out, that's live now. It's getting some pretty good views, or good views for this channel. My incoming, so I aired my dirty laundry here and just outlined all my current existing pre-order list. I like to keep my pre-orders in around 10. I kind of get a bit nervous when I hear people with 30 and 40 pre-orders, but maybe there are people with a lot more space and a lot more disposable income than I have, or are willing to dedicate to the hobby. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing what I have in pre-order, that's a kind of a long form video. The long form videos tend to be doing better lately. I think maybe people working from home or something want something on the background. They're more reluctant to click on a 6-minute or 10-minute video, because they'll have to maybe click on the next one and the next one. So I find the half an hour, 45-minute videos are getting much better views from me. Similarly, I outlined the best top 10 figures in my collection currently, and some honorary mentions as well. I did get comments on this going, why didn't you say this figure and that figure? But those people obviously didn't look at the thumbnail, the description, and probably didn't watch the video, because it was very specifically outlined that it was just figures in my collection. But there you go. I thought there was one other now. I thought I missed one there. No, I didn't miss one. I got that there. Okay, so upcoming, this one here, you'll see a lot of 1/6 scale content creators, YouTubers talking about this. This was a great idea. It was the brainchild of Brick Artemis. Very simple idea, but a very good idea, and a lot of effort has gone in to organizing this on Rob or Brick Artemis's part. So his idea was to have a 24-hour live stream event broken up into 12 2-hour slots. So for 24 hours there'd be one of the 1/6 scale collector YouTubers, content creators, whatever you want to call them, streaming, and of course, like, it'll be, you know, might be my channel, but someone else might be on, or it might be a group of people or whatever. But so I'm not going to go through the entire outline, but I will tell you it's happening on September 5th and 6th, and of course it's subject to, there's different time zones, but all these time zones that you see here are, I believe, specific standard time, so basically west coast of the United States. So my own slot is 2 a.m. so I'm up after El Profesor and before Brick, so mine is going to be between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Now, I'm not going to be getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning to do it. That'll be 2 a.m. west coast or specific standard time, which I believe be 5 a.m. New York time, or 10 a.m. my time. So that stream is taking place on September 6th. So that's Saturday, the 6th of September at 10 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So that's Irish time, English, Scotland, Wales. I think it's Portuguese time as well. And of course, if you're in mainland Europe, there might be a difference of an hour or two depending on your time zone. And who I'll be interviewing will be the man himself, Joost from Jazz Inc. And I like this because the last time I interviewed him, I've interviewed him twice on my channel now. This is the third time he'll be on. The last time I had the 1989 Jazz Inc. Batmobile on pre-order, and I had a lot of questions and concerns about that, which he was very patient and answered all my questions on. Now I have that in, so I'll get to speak to him about that. And I also have the vehicle on display here, the Jazz Inc. 1/6 Tumbler on pre-order as well. So it is exciting for me. We're going to be talking about Catwoman Progress, Penguin, Batman the animated series, both the figures. I believe he's doing a Batman and a Robin. The Batmobiles, the two different versions. We'll be talking about the Wonder Woman he's got coming up. Loads of different things. I'm going to be pushing hard for that Ford Taurus from RoboCop. I'm going to die on that hill. I know Ian will want me to ask him questions about now that the Bond figures are out, the Aston Martin DB5. So that'll be interesting. Okay, sorry, I'm done talking now, Bob. I'm going to get you to do a bit of talking here. What would you like to start with?
Should we start with the Darth Vader in the middle there?
Yeah, why not? Why not? That's an excellent choice.
Seems to be the hot topic.
Yeah. Do you have any interest in this one?
I've got a lot of interest in terms of just the aesthetics of it and how it looks. I think I don't think I've seen better in terms of the initial images. I love looking at the different versions. I think there's several different versions, isn't there? That include some. I think include bits of the helmet that you can kind of add on.
I'll check. I'll
And
check now. I can
yeah,
see.
I think there's like an exclusive version or something, and then there's another version, but I think one of them's got the bits. I think that you sort of so you've got, I guess, more in between.
Right. Well, what I can see is I'm on Sideshow on a completely separate tab here. And on Sideshow, I can see there's actually 4 versions. They're Collector Editions, Deluxe Edition, Special Edition, Deluxe Version, Exclusive, the Low Fat Edition. I can't believe it's not there's a lot of different editions.
Yeah.
There's a vegan one. There's a you know, like a
There'll be one with a little metal plaque, won't there?
Yeah. So what I can see is, if I just go through to this, I might actually share this tab because it makes more sense, and then we can go back to the blogger photos because I want to. Right, so if you can see Sideshow there, Bob?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 different versions here, but when you click in, they're both $4.30. Now I noticed that that's $4.30, but when you click in for some reason, then it converts to euros. So there's Collector Edition, and that is €331.88. I'm guessing that's around $360 or something like that. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is today. Then the more expensive Deluxe is $380. So I'm guessing that there is the $430 one. So
yeah, here we go.
Is it this here, this part of the helmet?
About. Yeah.
And the cape, I presume.
I think it still has the big cape. I think the 2 last versions have what looks like a sculpted cape. I presume it is the way it's shaped. It looks a bit like the Doctor Strange, the Dead Strange cape, but in a sort of solid form, doesn't it?
And it has the mask of Darth Vader in it, which looks very, very comic book inspired and stuff. You know what? Do you know what they usually have? Okay, here we go. Yeah, Special Edition, exclusive, damaged mask. Okay, so I believe that's what you're talking about then.
That is the little bits. It's a little bit. I think it's got the collar bit that I think first clips on, and then it's got the next bit, which kind of clips on like that. So if you want
that bit, which I presume,
which is
back here, would be the bit. Wouldn't that be the bit on the left without the top of the helmet?
Yes, I believe that's my take on it.
Yeah.
And I think that looks so good because I don't know if other people are saying, but I found where I've got mod cases, so any case with a black background, I found when I had the last Vader, I had the Return of the Jedi Vader, which I need to get back. That's one of the ones I've sold and need to get back. I found because it was also dark.
Anniversary one.
Yeah, I need to get it back. It was a bad decision. So I found that the more of the head sculpt I could show, the better it showed up in the display because the background's black. Although it doesn't really show on the screen here. My black figures kind of recede quite a bit into the background. So I'm always looking for a pop, a lit up chest box or like this one, the face, the sculpt, but. The one with the sort of half mask kind of would be my perfect medium, I think. Like sort of it's almost like Phantom of the Opera type style.
Yeah.
I'm just going to. And I think with with the movable eyes again, it's that's going to make this one slight issue I had that Phil Rogue One Photography I think laughed at was obviously we've got height factors to think about, and I was looking at that stand, and although I think it may tilt, I still it's certainly with the cape on, with that fixed cape on, I can't see that ever fitting inside a mod case. Not the 1.6.
Yeah, unless it's one of the ones that's vertically stacked. Like if you look at this, Vader's a tall character anyway, without a base. Now you're putting in a base which is particularly bigger. I think it's higher than other base, significantly higher. And then you've got the top of that cape, which looks epic. Like it's such a clever, creative thought to have the Darth Vader mask appear. That's like something out of a comic book, because obviously this is not never featured in live action, but it does look incredible, I have to say. And if I wasn't so particular about I kind of need what's in the collection to be from a movie or a TV show that I like or love.
Yeah, yeah.
For 90%, say 95% of the collections like that. But it does look incredible. But still, given the choice, I'm still going to pick an original trilogy Vader over this, just because,
Yeah, like I say, I'm going back to that Jedi one.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that someone did say to me on one of the shots I found quite amusing was when you see it, you can't not see it, which is it in the way you've got his thigh being revealed on his left leg.
Mm-hmm.
On certain angles, it looks like he's got thigh boot on, rather than it being a rip. And once you see it, you can't not see the fact he looks like he's wearing thigh boots.
Right.
Yeah, there. See there?
What do you mean, like thigh-high boots?
Yeah, like over the knee thigh boots
Right.
that you'd see in Soho and the like in the 80s and 90s. But
right, yeah.
It's just funny having that bit of flesh showing, I think. But
yeah. That's very cool.
Look at that. That's the side mask, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
you
I
need
think
that.
if you
And you know what? You do actually. That cape with the Darth Vader mask doesn't come in the standard version. I think you need to get the more expensive one for that cape, and then it's the more expensive exclusive one for the piece of the mask. So yeah, if you're going on this, you go all in.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, talking about going all in, I think you're going to want to get a decent saber, aren't you? Because I can't imagine
100%.
that's
100%. Like I
so
can't
that's
imagine
more.
Yeah.
More money.
Because one of the he didn't actually make the top 10, which I suppose is a testament to the figures that I have in my collection. But the Return of the Jedi Vader, I'm looking at him there, and he's very simple. He's just standing there, but I've gone through the effort to wiring up the chest box, which blinks, which I love that, because I don't think they'd done that before. It was just lit up, but now it blinks. The belt box, and I have got the Neo LED saber for it. And the cape is actually, it took a bit of futzing, but it's draping nicely, and he's posed in front of 2 stormtroopers. He does make it to my top 15 or whatever, my the honorable mentions. I had no particular order, but he's still he's a great figure. But like, this is more complex, and you could argue that this is a better figure, but just because it didn't appear in original trilogy or Rogue One, the only other Star Wars movie I particularly liked, I wouldn't go with you. A lot of people are going to be happy with it, though.
And I think in terms of the quality that Hot Toys is producing, it's it shows yet another improvement, I think, in my eyes.
I'm just going, before I address the chat, I just want to do a little test here, because I got a notification from StreamYard I'd never seen before that my shareable audio isn't working. So obviously we've been having a conversation, we can hear each other, so I'm going to check in the chat, and I presume they're going to tell me if they can't hear me, but I want to check the music, so I'm going to increase the music to see if that's sharing properly. Yeah, a little chilled out rave there. Okay, so that's been shared. I wonder, we only want to hear that, I only want the chat to hear that barely audible. So if you're in the chat, can you just let me know? If you're watching, can you just let me know if you can hear the music in the background or not? It should be barely audible. It's not supposed to be in your face. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on one of my clips, and I want to see if it shares properly. So
it will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
So could you please write Wayne's World in the chat if you heard the audio in that clip? And I'm just going to address the chat now. So folks, if you're just joining us, thanks very much. We've got 39 people watching live. Much appreciated, whether you're watching live or on the replay. We have a pretty big show planned, considering there's not that much news out there. But Caffeinated Comic Fan, channel member, thanks very much for being here. Of course, we got Bob, Tiny Art Guy here, channel member and panel member. Thank you very much. We have Daniel in the house. As usual, folks, the pinned comment in the live chat is the link to become a channel member. It is greatly appreciated. It does help the channel, and absolutely no obligation. We got another channel member, Dogito, thanks very much for being here. Dahlia Meyer, thank you for being here. We got Martin K, thanks very much for being here. Vader looks great, waiting for the Wolverine. A lot of people waiting for that. We got Gio. He's one of the gifties. He got gifted a channel membership. Thanks very much, Gio. I was listening to your live stream from a few days ago. I was listening to the replay, but yeah, really enjoyed it. The Humble Collector UK evening, been putting up my 100-inch projector screen. Interesting. Watching you on it. You don't need to blow me up that big, man. That'll just be scary for you, man. Hope you're wearing like special eye protection, you know. So been setting up my 1/6 collecting, looking forward to the show, man. I really appreciate that, and appreciate your consistency. You're always here. Philly, how you doing? This man is, do you ever see this guy's photography and his dioramas that he builds? Just, yeah, and of course you're seriously skillful artist as well, so I suppose
he's top draw, isn't he? Top draw.
Yeah, very good. Just yeah, and he's very humble as well. Just I love that.
Lovely bloke from all accounts.
Yeah, 100%. Dogito 163 folks. Did you see Ian in 4K? Yeah, that's the second time. First time I met Ian was in 2023 in Star Wars Celebration in London, and he was over doing a bit of work yesterday in Dublin. He was had a meeting to do, so yeah, met up with him, and he gave me there's a long story behind it, but he gave me Mandalorian season 1 and 2 in 4K steelbook. Finally, they're in my possession. There's a long story. We might wait until Ian joins us again next week, and we'll talk about that. But yeah, in 4K steelbook, and we did a lot. We actually had about 3 hours because I had something to do. So work starts tomorrow, but I had to go into school, and then I had to do something in the evening. So we did a lot of like kind of whistle stop tour and a few landmarks in Dublin. Ian had a pint of Guinness. I had a pint of Guinness 00. I'm ashamed to say it's not the real stuff because I was driving, so we weren't able to drink. And we went to 2 shops that sell 4K, Tower Records. We went to see Forbidden Planet, and we actually took some photos which we're going to incorporate into a game next week when he returns. But yeah, met him, and we had a good time. Ryan, respect the lore. How are you doing? I've been given Bad Omen a listen to today, and yeah, there's definitely a few tracks there, some great riffs going on. So I might consider going to that gig with you and Jay. Thanks for the invitation, and thanks for being here. One of the commanders tier. We got exclamation mark Mike is in the chat. I think I just spent my day yesterday thinking it was Sunday due to a lack of hope. We're here now. We got Keith Lee, who's one of the gifties as well. Thanks very much for being here, Keith. And who else do we have? Trying to scroll down to this. We got Johnny Chronicles. I like that. That's funny. That's a funny name. Just kind of rolls off the tongue. I think Shane just said Sideshow Bob. Did I say Sideshow Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Did I say Sideshow Bob?
You could have. When you said, can I see Sideshow Bob? Didn't you? When you put the screen up, I think. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's because I had Sideshow. All right, so Sideshow. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I wasn't saying Bob is Sideshow Bob. I was trying to make sure that I was sharing the Sideshow screen to Bob. Yeah, but good catch. S-Beam, how you doing, Stefan? Thanks for being here. Much appreciated. Caffeinated comic book fan. What did he say? There's a YouTube unboxing that shows how the helm dismantled. Figure hideout. I must check that out. He does a really, really good unboxing. Yeah. Big fan. Plastic cape, really cool, but I can't see myself using it. We were just talking about that. Yeah, absolutely. I can understand from a Hot Toys point of view why they did the helmet the way they did, but I would worry about breaking it. True. Jose, another channel member. Thanks very much for being here, Jose. So JWC924, can we get agree? Is that a commander agree? I'm not sure. I think it sounds like something I think there's a commander agree in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. I think so.
Is he up for pre-order? I kind of lost track. Let me know
not
if
aware.
he is. Yeah. Ryan Smith, thanks very much for being here. Another channel member. S-Beam confirming the music is here, and thanks very much. Increase the mic volume. Is here in the background. So, okay. So, S-Beam is saying, yeah, they can hear the audio on Wayne's World. I think maybe JWC is saying increase the mic volume. That's probably on the music. I just want to keep it low at the end. The audio is weird. It sounds like there's an Irish guy and a Brit. No, I believe that's perfectly fine. Yeah, perfectly fine. Who else do we have? Nylon suit. Yeah, nylon nylon suit. Yeah, so Dogito, yeah, we want that audio to be barely audible, because in my earlier videos I had the background music on too low and people were saying it's just distracting, and from listening back some of the earlier videos they were absolutely right, so it should be like elevator music just on the background. But thank you. The Droid Repair Shop, great name. Nylon suit for Vader, yeah, so it's going to add to its shelf life. Ryan, we're going to be talking about that later. Well, I don't know, are we? Bob, did you watch Alien Earth?
I've fallen in love with it already. Yeah.
Oh wow! So we have kind of, I wouldn't say polar opposite opinions. I'm definitely not as hot on it as you are, but yeah, that'll make the conversation more interesting. That's one of the topics we have later on. So who else do we have? And Bob's saying he's loving it. Mitchell Lawrence, I want to know your take on Alien Earth. I know you're a bit of a purist as well, so I'm wondering how you feel about it. The figure looks great. I have no connection. That's where we are, Bob, man. This does look great, but no. And we got Mike L here as well. Thanks very much for being here. Will we wrap up on this Vader? I've not really more to say. I think it looks incredible. It's a great figure. I just don't have any interest in it. Do you have anything else to add?
I mean, it's exciting. There's Vader collectors out there, isn't there? You know, it's a really nice addition to your collection, I think.
You're to make a fine addition to my collection. Yeah, you know, this is one of the ones though. Some of the figures I really don't like. That I really don't like the source material, and that I really don't like the particular figures. Like, I'd be like, I don't even want anyone to gift it to me. But this figure, if someone gifted it to me, I'd be keeping it. Like, I wouldn't pass this one on. I'd find somewhere nice for this, and I'd just go, that was cool. Yeah, but yeah. So this looks great. So do you want to talk about Alien Earth, and we can put a spoiler warning?
Yeah, whatever you like.
Yeah. So look, if you're watching, folks, I'm going to put a spoiler warning up. If you're watching, we're only going to be talking about Alien Earth for like 10 minutes. So while Bob gives us his thoughts, I'm going to get that banner up just to warn people to maybe come back in 10 minutes if you don't want Alien Earth spoiled for you. What did you think of it, Bob?
Yeah, I mean, I won't be going into themes and things that much. To be honest with you, my memory's not the best, which is why I watch my favourite movies over and over again. And I think I probably a bit of an advantage there, because I kind of just forget things, and so I'm constantly enjoying for the first time things that I've probably seen many times before. But that's good for me, because what it means is I get to watch what I say is what you'd say was a 5-star movie. Oh, just dropped my mic. My earpiece over and over again. I'm a big fan of Alien, and quite a big fan of Aliens. Alien is my thing. And I loved all the little references to that in this series, or certainly in the first 2 episodes. The pace was just right for me. I was kind of thinking Andor pace, Andor season 2 pace, which is good for me. I like to kind of
you like the kind of slow burns, and then you get the payoffs every so often type of thing, or
yeah, I do. I do like the one thing I do like about all the kind of Disney stuff is the kind of don't get me wrong there, I don't like some of it particularly, but in terms of the approach, the kind of number of it and length of episodes, that's something that works for me. Just fits in with what I like. Initially I thought, I must admit, there's some, is it Timothy Oliphant is his name, the guy, seeing him sort of made my day, because I just think he's just got such charisma, and I thought, it's great to have him there to sort of hold things together. And I was slightly concerned at first, was this another thing coming out where, I don't know, there's something about younger actors today that, I don't know, they can be quite similar, not particularly, I like actors that are a bit weird, a bit kooky, a bit different, bit like the main character in the Weapons film just out, the teacher there.
I haven't seen that yet, but I really want to. I think I'm going to see it Saturday.
I believe she's did I believe it's the same lady that was the Silver Surfer? But there was two pictures of
Yeah,
her.
yeah, she's in it. Yeah, is it Julia or something? Yeah, she's in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I like to. I kind of. I kind of. You know, take some of these kooky actors to heart, and I was kind of thinking with this one, it's not. It's not going to be another one of those, is it? You know, too many in my head actors the same age. You know, they were all kind of. They look like they could have come out of college together. So I was a bit wary at first.
They all look like the Gen Z bots.
Yeah, and maybe it's because I'm 54 and I judge people of that age, but to me, I needed to give it a bit of time.
Yeah.
But
no, it's fair. Yeah.
I had to. Once I kind of got the concept of it in my head and how the Earth was sort of split between ruling factions and how they were going to work together and how. Don't want to give too much away, but we've got a spoiler alert out. How they all have their own agendas, and with the downing of the crashed spaceship, how they all wanted something from that. I liked that concept. I could believe that is a realistic scenario of how the world could be in whatever the year was, 2120, something like that. Because I think this is 2 years before.
This is 2 years before
Alien
the events
set.
of Alien, yeah.
Yes. So I like that, and I am very much enjoying exactly what Mitchell has just written there. The different types of being and how they're different. I like the cyborg guy, completely different focus than the others. And I thought that was really clever. And I was I guess one of the main things that hit me of this is so cool was I might get the words technically wrong here, but the assimilation of sick, ill people and their minds and their consciousness into synthetics.
That is probably the most interesting part or concept in the TV show.
Yeah, that's what's hooked me to see more of that. And I kind of did think the lead girl in that was particularly good compared to the others. So yeah, I'll stop rambling on, but yeah.
So just in case you joined us, don't worry, we're not going to be talking about this for the next half an hour ending. I've given us a 10-minute window, so we're about like 3-4, but we got another maybe 6 or 7 minutes on this. I'm not going to take that long in it. Look, aliens are bloody near. No movie is perfect, but they're as close to perfect as it gets. They're 5-star masterpieces. They are, and I know that like word iconic and masterpiece gets thrown around a lot, but they're just bloody good movies. I can watch Alien 3, and I'd still rather watch an Alien 3 over Prometheus or Covenant. There's parts of Prometheus and Covenant I can watch and enjoy them, but they're just not nowhere near the same level as Aliens. And, Alien 3 wasn't on the same level as Alien or Aliens as well. They made some terrible choices. But I felt it was, still felt like it was part of the same world where Prometheus and Covenant didn't. And Resurrection, I just thought, I watched Resurrection once as a kid, just was like, no, I'm not watching that again. It's just, you know what I mean? So, Romulus I watched and I thought, yeah, it was solid. 3 stars, nothing to write home about. With this, I'll start off on the positives because I'm going to watch it to the end. I have a Disney Plus subscription. I may as well get my money's worth. But at the moment, it's like, I didn't finish the 2 episodes. I didn't finish the 2 episodes and go, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to talk to Mike L and the boys about this one. Not at all. Not even close. No excitement whatsoever. Even saying that I'm intrigued would be, for the rest of the series, would be a lie. I'm a bit curious. I think that's the best way. Cautiously curious. What did I like about it? The concept, that's kind of what I'm seeing from people. What I thought was the concept of downloading, or should I say uploading, a human consciousness into synthetic. And then there's that question of, okay, are they human? Is the consciousness human? Is their memory human? Like they don't have a soul anymore? what's a soul? A soul is a soul is a fictitious thing anyway. Really, I mean, like, how do you quantify what's a human and what's not? Like, is it still, is the consciousness and the memories and her thought process enough? And it was outlined that, you know, they don't experience emotions in the same way, and the only reason they have any sort of emotions because they're giving her dopamine and serotonin and stuff like that in different amounts. It's an interesting concept. It's not enough to It's not enough to get me like. That's not enough to build an entire show around. It's a good aspect in it. The girl Wendy is the only person that's in any way interesting in the show at the moment. And that's at the moment. It's 2 episodes in. I get that. I like the actor who plays her brother. I've seen him in The End of the Fucking World, which he was brilliant in. And he was fantastic in Andor Season 1. He made me believe that he was this deep thinking, philosophical rebel, this revolutionary. He was fantastic, Nemec. And I felt for him when he died. I was like, man, he was so interesting. He was a good kid, like, you know. And he, but the role they have him in at the moment, it's just like very vanilla. And I know I've only seen him for 2 episodes, but yeah. So the only person I'm interested in the moment is Wendy, because I think that actress is doing a pretty good job. A lot of the stuff I'm going to say, a lot of my critiques might actually be explained in the next few episodes. Okay, this happens 2 years before Alien. Now, in Alien, no one seemed to know what the fuck this thing was.
That's true.
And here we have 2 years before, we have xenomorphs on a Weyland-Yutani ship, and it's crash landed in this prodigy city. How are they going to? Okay, I'm just going to say there was no mention of Prodigy, that company, in Aliens, Alien 3 ever again. So I'm guessing they get nuked out of it. The island is gone. Their projects are gone. Everyone's killed, dead, and they don't get the xenomorph. I'm guessing, and they're going to say something like, they're going to try and imply that the whole plot of Alien was not to get the ore or whatever minerals that they were en route to get. That was just a cover mission, but secretly Ash was always going to kill them on. I'm just not on board with that. I'm not buying that. It's like shoehorning it in. Also, this guy Noah Hawley, who he's saying like that he's basically going, oh yeah, Prometheus and Covenant, they're not canon. Now look, I don't really care about Prometheus and the other one. What's it? Prometheus and Covenant. I don't really care about them anyway. But if you are a director and you've been given the key to the kingdom, and when I say that, I mean the Star Wars franchise, you're directing a Star Wars TV show or movie, or Indiana Jones, or a new Batman movie, or a new you don't have free reign. There has to be some sort of canon.
There's an obligation, isn't there?
There is. Otherwise, go and do what your man did. Was it Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon? Haven't watched it, heard terrible things, but I can't comment. I don't know if it's good or bad, but he went off and he said, I'm just going to do my own sci-fi and I can make it up as I go along. So that's a big issue. Now, it can be, I see Michael's comment, Mike, you're not going to see this coming. Tool, man, I love Tool. They're one of the bands I bloody live for. Anytime they're in Dublin, or even I've traveled to see them before. I love that song and I love Tool's music in general, but I really think throwing in the token Tool song at the end, I was just like, so you just like Tool, or whoever's in charge of the music. Maybe it's Noah Hawley, the director, maybe it's someone specifically who's in charge of the music and you're putting it on there. That's not enough to win me over. Oh, you're playing a song I like. It's not enough. And I don't think like in Alien, I think the original score soundtracks and music work best, not like modern rock, metal, or whatever. And I love to. They're amazing. But it's just that wasn't enough to win me over. The Boy Cavalier, hate him, absolutely hate him. He is, for the same reasons that I didn't like. He's Mark Zuckerberg in space. That's what he is. For the same reason I didn't like. The weakest part, one of my biggest criticism of BVS was Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal as Lex Luthor. That kind of, I'm so kooky, I'm so weird and out there, but I'm just because I'm really, really smart. It's been done before. It's very rare you make that work. It doesn't work. Please stop doing it. and he's just very unlikable. I know you're not supposed to like him, but Joffrey from Game of Thrones was very unlikable, but we love to hate him.
But awesome.
Same as Ramsay. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, that
Yeah,
was a
man.
good
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Not supposed to like him. I get that, but irritating.
That's
So,
it.
biggest criticism is how are they going to acknowledge that this was 2 years before Alien? That doesn't make sense. They're gonna shoehorn some BS excuse into it. The kid bots, they're putting so much money and time into finding these children, convincing
Yes.
them, or I don't think they have parents. I don't know how it works, convincing them that this is the way to
Yeah.
go. Obviously there's massive amounts of years, time, money going into it, and it's like, do you know what we're going to do? There's a massive ship that's after crashing in, and we don't know what's in the ship. We don't know what's going on. It's the size of a star. You know what? Let the kids handle it. I know that they're synths or synthetics or whatever, but they're still
Yeah,
kids.
I know. Yeah.
And they're very much behaving like kids. They're practically going. It's like, I don't find them actors that Gen Z like. Okay, I have traveled all around the world. I have worked abroad. I have friends of various different, like, so I've some male friends, female friends. There's I've a friend who's trans, gay friends, lesbian friends, friends of different religions. Like, I'm not religious at all, but like I have friends of completely different religions who are very devout, friends of different heritage and races and cultures. But that Gen Z kid bots, it's like a perfectly diverse cast. It's like they just picked one of everyone. It's like, well, we're going to need one white guy and one black and whatever. It's like,
I agree.
It's like almost unrealistic. Like, I mean, I have
was,
friends of all different cultures,
kind of,
but it's not perfectly balanced. It's,
it was trying to put it was almost like trying to put one of every a person in there that everyone could relate to, isn't it? Everyone could
it's like
see
ticking
themselves
all
as
boxes, and it's like, I think again, it's that prioritizing diversity and inclusion over storytelling. Like, if you have a movie like The Banshees of Inisherin, which is set off the coast of Ireland in the early 1900s, it should be all ginger Irish people. Do you know what I mean? And if you're making some movie about, say, that's set in the middle of, say, Africa in, I don't know, the year, I don't know what 100 AD, then there shouldn't be any white people in it. You know what I mean? It's a funny, and I think people are afraid to say things like that because they're getting. It's like, oh no, that's racist. That's not racist. That's just explaining. You have to prioritize your storytelling. Stop trying to keep everyone happy. So.
I think so, and I think it's trying to make it authentic, isn't it? I don't know who are they aiming this show at? They're probably not aiming it at people whose favourite film was Alien in whenever that was.
But the thing is,
79. Are they just trying to bring it?
They're not. You're right. It's not for us. You're 100% right. This strikes me as a show. I think this is a show for people in their maybe late teens, early 20s, mid 20s, maybe they're old enough they might go back and watch the other franchise and get them on board. And of course Disney owns the bloody and the intro, I know a lot of people said, oh my god, it's just like the Nostromo. No, it's not just like the Nostromo, it is the Nostromo. It's nearly beat for beat, the same lighting, the same kind of font, the same the helmets light up with the font. The pods,
the noise,
open.
The sound effect as the IT kicks in. Yeah.
Even the stuff they were wearing was similar. Even some of the cast looked the same, but they were
made me very excited. That made me very excited. That first bit.
It wasn't even a nod though. It was like
It was a complete copy, and then it just suddenly went to completely different, didn't it? It was like a cut-off point. Then after they were eating breakfast. Then it changed completely.
They got eaten for breakfast. Yeah. I think we're going to leave that conversation there. But look, on the flip side, I am going to watch the rest of it. I didn't hate it. A very middle of the road. I'd say I'm actually, originally I was like, okay, probably around 3 stars. But now I'm nearly going, I think it's smack bang in the middle of 2.5 stars. I don't know which way this is going to go.
Are you? Okay.
Now, when I come back, after watching a few more episodes, maybe there's something like there's still 6 episodes left. They're building up to something surely. So I'm hoping I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing now. Very good.
I mean,
But,
did our opinions of the 2 seasons of Andor change after once we were say halfway through rather than a quarter of the way through?
honestly, I was on board with Andor from the first episode when he shot those 2 guys in the face. Weird thing to say.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But I just thought,
that bit was...
that's not very Disney. Not very Star Wars.
Yeah.
He executed him. He
That's why we
executed him.
liked it.
Yeah, but the thing is, they deserved it. Okay, I'm gonna get cancelled.
Yes.
But I suppose I heard something during the week. It's like, no, you can't get cancelled if you're on social media, because you have to shut down your channel. You know what I mean?
Really?
But yeah, it's I'm just gonna click on some of this stuff. 1 second, I think I'm sorry. I'm just gonna catch up the chat for a second, Bob, and I'm gonna get rid of this banner, and I think I'll get rid of that. And so I know that there was this point here. I starred this point. I tagged this point. You can mark the chats you want to show as well. I thought it was interesting. I'm still on board, but my number one issue with Alien Earth is I don't find the premise of 12-year-olds dealing with the perils of the alien universe a compelling concept to build a show around. Yeah, I get you. I'm who knows where it's going. Dave is here. Hello everyone, channel member. Thanks very much for being here, Dave. I did send you a link, but I think I might have sent you the wrong link. I'm just going to see your later chats. It's cool. They have the concept of cyborg synths and hybrids. Yeah, look, it's kind of like Blade Runner-esque. I do find that probably one of the more interesting things. I think Bob agreed as well. I want to rename Alexa to Mother. Yeah, very good. I like that. The actor who played Hitman from the popular PS2 game, I like his character as a synthetic. Why make it a prequel though? Set it after Aliens and you can do anything you want. Yeah, you've more freedom anyway. The main girl is Kyle Chandler's daughter. I'm really ignorant here, but Kyle Chandler, I feel like I should know him, but I don't. Is it a famous actor or something? I'm not sure. Fill us in, Ryan. I'm not sure who it is. Alien Covenant was a letdown sequel. Prometheus I enjoyed with the engineers, and Prometheus I think a lot of it was shot in Iceland, so some of those especially wide opening shots were absolutely incredible. Yes. And I did like the music in it as well, the original score of it. Alien Resurrection I liked. Human Clone Xenomorph I really did not like that, but I'll tell you one thing, she hit that basketball shot first take apparently. It's like apparently like that's one of the things that Sigourney Weaver said, that like it was she quotes it as one of the highlights of her career, because she'd been practicing it over and over again, and it was like she'd been practicing, I think she got it a few times, whatever, but like she did it hundreds of times. And your man, the guy from Dukes of Hazzard, the guy Sons of Anarchy, he was just like, how did this happen? Like but yeah, 16figure folks, I've got the wrong link. I'm backstage for the Yoast interview. I'm sorry, man. I'm just going to fix that now if you're still here. Sorry, Bob. Give us 1 second. I did the same thing.
No problem at all.
Earlier on.
No problem.
So if I can get this right. So.
I mean, isn't it interesting with all the Alien films, how people do like different bits from different films, don't they? You know, some people love the films that others hate, you know. Yeah,
it's I find it, if we did a poll, I don't have to do a poll, but it will be Alien and Aliens will come out on top. I don't think there's any...
Oh, totally.
I don't think that's even a debate, but sorry, I had that.
It'd be interesting doing it with 20-year-olds, wouldn't it? Do a poll with 20-year-olds.
And the thing is, like, all those people going into that ship, like, I mean, I don't know, I don't think they'd be who I want to protect me from a xenomorph, you know? Like,
yeah,
they did a lot of...
Even the military guys were...
a bit
suspect.
Watery, like. Because they did a great job in Aliens, like, you know, showing the macho-ness of the Marines. Like, I mean, they were like, even Vasquez, like, all the guys were all built, they were all jacked. Even Vasquez was absolutely like jacked, like, and they were in serious shape. They'd all done their boot camp. They had all the technology, all the military equipment and everything like that. and they still got annihilated. And that was, it must have been done on purpose just to show you that they'd never come up against a formidable adversary or threat like the Xenomorphs. And it worked because it was like, well, if the Xenomorph is killing these, what hope does Ripley have?
It echoes the Predator cast, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So,
and all those actors are now icons, aren't they? You know, to this day, all the actors in both of those are just iconic now, just for that. They're all remembered for those roles, no matter what else they've done since.
Yeah. I didn't realize that Vasquez was actually the same John Connor's foster mom in Terminator 2 up until
I found that
2
out
years
recently.
ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So Mike L says, I'm just going to catch up with the chat, and then we got someone backstage. So remember when Ash somehow magically appears next to Ripley when she's in command module in Alien? Now we know he came out of the floor space. That is pretty cool. Okay, that is fair.
That is pretty cool.
Good catch. Ron Perlman. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy from Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah. It always takes a new alien. Martin K, 100%. I'm in agreement with you there. The guy in the new Green Lanterns show playing Al Jordan, also in Mayor of Kingstown and Godzilla King of Monsters. I haven't seen I've seen Mayor of Kingstown, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure which guy. Okay, we got Dave. Dave, I'm so sorry.
Hey,
I was a bit disorganized, and I sent the wrong link to the lads as well. And Bob was like meshing before, going, I'm in the wrong one. So,
dude,
sorry.
I got there. I saw just my name. I was like, oh no, and you were still going. I was like, the Rapture. It was delayed.
What? Really quickly, we're just wrapping up on the Alien Earth talk. Did you watch it?
Oh no, I haven't.
Okay, grand, cool. So we might maybe if you come on the show again, maybe later on, if you've any interest in watching it, we might ask you again. But you get to pick now. We spoke about the Vader. That's everything. I spoke about Vader and Alien Earth. What you want to talk about?
You know what? Let's go ahead and get my girl Kidpool up out the way here.
Would have bet all my savings, which isn't that much, but in this hobby, but I would have bet a lot of money that you were going to choose that. So, okay, I'm going to get this ready for us. So we got to get
D&D rules. You got to play to type.
Yeah, go. What do you think?
I think this is one of the greatest things ever. This figure is
how you really feel.
The thing is like, because it's nice that it's something new, right? There's always that. But I do like the versatility of display for this, because you've got the pockets in the pants. You can put her hands in her pockets, but then you got the pocket in the hoodie, and you got the hoodie. The hoodie looks like it works. And from all the reviews that I've seen, the hoodie seems to work really well, which you don't always get with Hot Toys or 6-scale figures in general. The pull string works. I wasn't sure about that. I was wondering about that, and I saw someone doing it. I was like, oh wow, it works. I'm not gonna, tempt fate and mess around with it too much, but that's pretty cool. And she comes with all the Deadpool regalia, all the eyes, the water guns. Everyone's talking about the water guns. And
I want to know that they work.
I keep hearing people say that someone tested it out and they can put water in it. I'm not gonna do that, but that's pretty cool. Either way, the only thing I think that this figure needs, and it didn't have it in the movie, so of course it's not gonna have it, But in the comics, Kidpool has lightsabers, dual lightsabers, and I intend to go out there and grab some lightsabers for her because it's gonna be awesome.
Well, if Deadpool and Wolverine are in Doomsday, which it's kind of looking like it is, and if he brings the family, which Ryan Reynolds has been known to do, I don't know how much pull he'll have there, because obviously it's not his movie. You never know. You could see those lightsabers. I mean, Disney owns Star Wars. They can just give the rights to the MCU. they can just ask themselves, is it all right? I presume that, I don't know what red tape there'd be like that. But then again, lots of comedy show. Everyone parodies lightsabers. Like, I mean, the 70s show did it. Like, Family Guy did plenty of parodies. But
Oh, yeah.
Blogger, I think, did a great job on these.
Oh, they look fantastic.
That'd be a great display.
Oh yeah.
Are you getting the whole family?
Oh, I have everybody so far.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just waiting on her to show up. I got her through Underground. So as soon as Hot Toys, as soon as Sideshow sends their allotment over there, whenever that happens to be, I'll be kidding her. But this pose right here, this is so simple and so perfect.
I want that couch.
Wow, what a pose that is.
Yeah.
There's just something about a figure being able to sit down and look cool,
I had like I think I look, the only two figures I'm getting from this movie is, well, the two versions of Deadpool and Wolverine. The deluxe one that everyone's waiting for. But I'm trying to be just a bit disciplined with it, but I think I can get through it unscathed like that. But I do really want the couch, and I do think this looks great. And Phil really wants the figure, and I really want the couch, and he doesn't really care about the couch. So I think we're going to see if this drops on the aftermarket, and then we might see if we can source one and divide and conquer. But I'd love to every now and then put Deadpool and Wolverine on the couch and get a little 6-scale TV, the one with like an old antenna.
Yeah.
We'll probably get them on it, and have them watching something. Just, we don't know what they're watching because we'll see the back of the TV, but I think that'd be pretty cool. But
yeah, dude, that would be. I'll bet you there will be several people that have that same exact, and I want to do it too. I did find I don't remember what they're called. I'll have to look it up. But there is a miniature television set that they made that will have like where the screen will play like little clips.
Very cool.
Just visual clips of like old TV shows. Like they have one for Batman from the 60s and
you
stuff
need to get
like
the Golden
that.
Girls on that, man.
That would be
Girls, yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah,
That would be so good.
Yeah.
But oh man, the only thing is I often wonder about the size of this love seat. And I know that like over here in the US, we tend to have things to excess in every aspect of life, including the size of furniture. So is it just from my perspective that this is too small? Is it
the
is it a
couch
thing where
might
we're
not
there?
fit that if it's Deadpool and Wolverine you're getting on it might not fit. I'm hoping that when the Wolverine drops and someone who, like say Figure Hideout or Zord or Justin who has Kidpool on the couch know that people want to see if Deadpool and Wolverine can sit in the couch. I'd imagine that'll be that's when we'll know if it can be done, when someone like that does it. But I think this looks great though. I think they've done a great job with the figure. I'm not picking it up. I think it looks great. I think though if you're getting Kidpool, you have to commit to getting the whole family. Then you're going to need to get Ladypool, because I mean you think about it, with just the first Deadpool they gave you Dogpool and Babypool. So if you're getting Kidpool, you may as well go ahead and get Ladypool and complete the family, because with the couch it just gives you a focal point, a central point to build, like a diorama to build your scene around.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. This is see, I don't know about everybody. I know for myself and a certain handful of Deadpool fans, the Deadpool core has always been a thing, right? And I've always wanted to have the proper core members of the Deadpool core. And in the comics, that's of course Deadpool, but it's also Ladypool and Kidpool and Dogpool and Headpool. And it's so fantastic now that I can just have these figures from Hot Toys. I remember they made that third-party Ladypool that is just absolute trash. And I didn't buy her because she's just, every review I've seen, there's something just wrong with her. She's proportioned all friggin' weird, just not a great figure. And now this is dreams coming true right here is what this is. This is fantastic. If I didn't collect anything else, if I stopped right now with this and the few things that I have on pre-order, I could be good being done. I could be done right now, and my collection will be complete.
That's like when someone says, "Have you played that video game?" Yeah, completed it. And it's like, what about collecting? Yeah, done it, completed it, done. That's the dream, Dave.
Yeah.
Because then you can you have the collectibles you want. You can stop spending money. Yeah, man, no, I'm happy for you because that's probably like, I suppose, maybe something you didn't ever see happening. That's probably how I feel about, say, RoboCop 2 Kane. Where the hell did that come from? Never thought that would ever happen. So
Yeah, no, it is such a magical thing, isn't it? Like you see that one thing that you've been thinking, not even in the back of your mind, like up in the forefront, you're like, man, I would love to really have this. And then it just happens. And another great thing is this opens the door for other smaller figures. They're going to reuse his body. We may possibly, and I don't know how he's going to feel about it, and it'll depend, I guess, but we could very possibly get an episode 1 Anakin now.
I've heard that won't happen because of I think that really messed him up, the kind of abuse that he got from
and
fans.
That's what I'm thinking too, is it might not because of that. Yeah
But then again, I'd be thinking if he was like, say, emotionally damaged and distraught and got abused, I'd be like, yeah, go on, take my license and give me a few million. But I don't know how much these people get paid for this, but like I presume they get paid. We got a comment for Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox. He's a panel member usually, and he's a channel member. He's a channel member. He's a mod. He'll be back hopefully next Monday. He was very, very busy. He was traveling and stuff like that. Got to meet him in the flesh yesterday. We only had a few hours, but we kind of did a whistle stop tour in some key parts of Dublin. We got to go into Tower Records and look out some 4K. Got for lunch, and Ian got a pint, and yeah, all good, man. It's good to see him. So sorry, lads, got chased by the Gardaí trying to steal a figure from Forbidden Planet. You would need to steal them because they're so ridiculously overpriced. As I'm a broke collector. See you next week. Shane's a legend. You're too kind. And P.S. Dave, this figure is great. Yeah, Ian actually did pick up this Kidpool, the Humble Back Collector UK. Shane, how would you display all the pool figures together? I actually won't be getting them all. Just the Deadpool and the Wolverine. So they'll be in separate shelves. Realistically, Wolverine is going to go down in the movie icons display. I can actually show you exactly. This will take 1 second. If you look at this thumbnail here, and you just check out, he'll be replacing the 1973 Wolverine on the right bottom corner. It just makes sense because it's a more iconic look. It's a movie icons display. And Paul actually is probably going to be moved out from Bond. Like, I know, because everything then in the cabinet would be basically a household name. Paul Atreides is not a household name, whereas Batman, Joker, Superman, Terminator, Deadpool and Wolverine after last summer, and RoboCop for the older people maybe, but yeah, so he'll be going in the right bottom corner. But if they did look good together sitting on the couch, I may consider putting them in a middle shelf of the 7 Bleedens there, like as a center point. That might work if it's balanced properly. Okay, so I hope I explained that. Bob, what you want to go? What you want to talk about? What you want to do?
Let's talk about. Should we do the snap?
Yeah, and we've got kind of a special snap today. There's like a warm-up snap. You're not going to like this, folks. No. Well, it's there is and there isn't. I'll show you. I'll explain now. So I'm going to have to kind of read some of these out. I'm not going to read them all, but I saw this pop up on some random Instagram page on my feed. Top 35 movies of the last 5 years from 2020 to 2025. And they're rated. Now, I'm not giving this the seal of approval. I do think the top 2 definitely deserve to be up there. But you have they have the newest Superman there as 10. Wouldn't agree with that. Now, maybe people in the chat would. You've got some great movies in there like The Iron Claw. Dune Part 1 is there. You've got Deadpool and Wolverine. You've got Spider-Man No Way Home and Across the Spider-Verse. Sinners, everyone was talking about that. You've got Society of the Snow. I watched that at the weekend and I thought that was incredible. It was, remember they made a movie Alive about the plane crash in 1972? They made this one's Society of the Snow. It's a better movie and it's
I think I've seen it.
Stuff.
Yeah, I think I have seen it.
Subtitles.
Yeah, now you've
very,
got
very
what
good.
it is.
So this here is what I based the snap on. I basically took movies from the last 5 years and put them up against each other. So, Dave, what would you snap? I've actually included the Rotten Tomato scores there as well.
Oh, wow.
Not that will make a difference to anyone's choice, I don't think. But okay, so would you snap, get away, dissolve, make disappear out of existence, never you could watch it again, Spider-Man No Way Home at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, or Across the Spider-Verse, that's the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse, 95%?
It's amazing how difficult just a decision that has no effect on anything can be, right? We know that this isn't going to actually happen, but man, I gotta keep No Way Home. It was just too good to see everyone come back. It was the hype for this movie was at the very least a year actively up to it. It was ridiculous. All the sightings that people were having of the actors in different places together, all the leaked screenshots and everything. That whole debate about how the photo of the three of them standing on that trussing was real or fake. People were very convinced that it was fake, and they had receipts for why. It was great. The whole discourse around that. And this whole movie was an event for so long until it came out. And then when it came out, it was such a... It feels like it's too much to say that it was like it was a cultural thing, I feel.
It was one of the first big movies that brought people back to the cinema after COVID. Same as that and Maverick, I think were the first two absolute blockbusters. 2021, I think this was November or December 2021, and cinemas were packed. It was great. Not only a great movie, but it was great to see the cinemas packed again, and the buzz and crowd reaction and everything.
Oh yeah, and to follow up with Toby a little bit, and to have Andrews kind of like he had a little bit of a redemption moment. Yeah, there saving Michelle.
They weren't token cameos.
No. They actually had a purpose, and they helped this version of Peter to deal with his stuff, and it was just a great movie all around. And so was Across the Spider-Verse. But if I'm picking one over the other, it's gotta be No Way Home. It's just so good.
I'm gonna summarize this really quick. I agree. I'm gonna keep No Way Home. I'm gonna snap Across the Spider-Verse. I think Into the Spider-Verse, I give a lot of credit to Into the Spider-Verse, because if it wasn't for that, we mightn't have got what happened in No Way Home. It was the first one that really did the multiverse well. I really liked Across the Spider-Verse as well. I just think No Way Home is a better movie, and I'll keep that. And I disagree with the Rotten Tomatoes score here, and I'll get rid of Across the Spider-Verse. What do you think, Bob?
Yeah, very quick for me. I'll snap Spider-Verse.
Cool.
That's it. I just really enjoyed the No Way Home. Oh, no.
This is a stupid question, Dave, but go on.
Well, I mean, does it really even need to be said? I do think that it is a more accurate leaning score-wise, the way that they've got it here. Because
I'd agree.
Because obviously Deadpool and Wolverine isn't the greatest film of all time. It's not. The story is, it's a simple story. It's a simple premise. It's very easy to follow. There's nothing mind-blowing happening story-wise. It's just the fact, like with No Way Home, you've got these characters that are so beloved for so long that we finally get to see come together and in such an epic way. It's one of those things where that makes up for, what some folks have called a lack of story. I don't think it's a lack of story. I think the story was what it needed to be for what this movie was.
I agree with everything you said, man. I don't think either of these movies are 5-star movies. I mean, my heart, I've said this multiple times in multiple different streams and videos, my heart says Deadpool and Wolverine's a 5-star movie. Maybe it's a 5 hearts. I think I should start to do that. Like, what's your heart say and what's your head say? So it'll be 5 hearts because I loved it. But yeah, when I I kind of, when the hype dies down and I kind of look at it, well, in fairness, I never gave it 5 stars even after seeing it. I do think it's a solid 4-star movie. I think it was an excellent movie, really, really enjoyable. But yeah, you're right. If the story was better, a bit more of a twist and a turn, they're a bit more intriguing, it would have been up there. But I also don't think the Batman's a masterpiece. I think it's a 4-star movie, and a very, very good, excellent. I think it's a better movie than Deadpool and Wolverine, but like I have the Batman on 4K, and I've got Deadpool and Wolverine on the streaming platform. Well, I did buy it, but I have watched the hell out of Deadpool and Wolverine. I think I've watched it. I think I saw it 4 or 5 times in the cinema, and people were saying at the time, going, "Yeah, but will you be able to watch this twice?" Yes, you'll be able to watch it 20 times, man. It's fun. Like, I can, if I really like a movie, I'll turn my phone off. I'll leave it in a different room. You can watch this movie like that, but I can also watch this movie in the background and just tune in for AC/DC Hell's Bells comes on. That's one of the best fight scenes. That is up there with like key fight scenes in the MCU. The Gamera scene in Iron Man. I didn't like Shang-Chi, but the bus scene was incredible. And even the Honda Odyssey scene. So I love the two of these movies, but I'm going to snap the Batman on this one because I'll still have Keaton 89, I'll still have Returns, and I'll still have the Dark Knight trilogy. And who knows, maybe they give us an Alan Richardson, absolutely built like a brick shit house, DC Batman, and it works.
That would be crazy. Dream. That would be awesome.
Bob?
This is really tricky for me. This is kind of heart and mind.
Good.
I devoured and loved the Batman. I just thought after Dark Knight, where can they go? What can they do to... I don't know. I was just totally thrilled by the car, the sound, the atmosphere, the suit, the fight at the start, the mood, just everything. I love Batman. But I went to cinema to see Deadpool and Wolverine with my wife, and it was just a magical moment for me. Just sat there with her absolutely loving it, and us laughing at the same stuff. Because normally we basically just watch horror films and like dark psychological thrillers together. So this was, I'm going to have to snap the Batman just because I would love to, I don't want to sort of vanquish that evening we had, which was just magical watching Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, like it's from what it lacks in the story, and I do agree with Dave. It still has a story. You can't say it has no story. It does have a story, but it's not the best story. It makes up for in the on-screen chemistry that not only Deadpool has with Wolverine, not only that Hugh Jackman has with Ryan Reynolds, but Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine next to Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. The choreography for the fight scene on the desert was incredible. The equally and complete opposite, the funny choreography for the Honda Odyssey scene was great. The cameos were never going to make or break the movie for me, but the people who wanted to see those cameos, they got their scratch the itch there. The humor I still think is great. I liked it. It was R-rated. It was great. You know, it's like he died a hero. He died from murder. You fucking idiot! Like, I still laugh. I still laugh when I rewatch it, even though I know the line is coming. Yeah,
one of the best scenes I always forget about. He puts on the goddamn mask. We got to see him in the yellow and blue suit.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, like sometimes you just need to enjoy things. Yeah. I think they did.
Enjoy it for what it is. I think.
Yeah.
I think it just had everyone hooked from the start to the finish. You know, wondering what was coming and. Yeah.
This is extremely hard for me. I did this on purpose. I'm going to let you go first. Dave, you talk first. You go.
Okay. I'm going to say I'm going to keep Dune. Now, I should qualify this by saying I've not watched either of these movies. And neither of them really got my attention. I've never really, I've known of Dune's existence for a while, and I know that it has a massive, is it still a cult following? I feel like it's more than that.
No, this is going to be, if they nail the third movie, it'll be one of the best trilogies ever made. Like, that's not hyperbole. If they nail the third movie,
okay,
it will be maybe the best science fiction movie, or sorry, maybe the best science fiction trilogy ever made, but one of, if not one of the best up there. Once they don't fumble the ball on the third one.
Right on.
You know,
well,
so,
it's always had a big following, from my understanding, and honestly, I didn't even really know about Dune so much until like maybe 10 years ago, which is late as heck to the game because the other movies are way older and the book's been around for I don't know how long. But for me, military style movies have always ranked very low. Like I've never really been into all of that stuff. Like that was my job for a while. And especially after that, I was like, hey, look, I know how the sausage is made. I just don't care.
Yeah, that's a very fair point, yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
I do actually like them, but maybe ignorance is bliss on my part. So that's a
Well,
very
I mean,
point.
there's something to be said for it because even people that I know who are and have been in the military love these movies and love the subject. So I'm sure it's got a lot more to do with me than that. But for having not really been in the orbit of either, I'm gonna keep Dune because it's more aligned with, stuff that I am into, and eventually one day I do want to see it. I just never quite get around to it. It's weird.
I would recommend these two movies to anyone. Well, Dune, no. I think I'd recommend Top Gun Maverick to everyone, but I'd say, look, go watch Top Gun, the first one. It's be a ball of cheese, but then the second one is a phenomenal movie. Maverick was one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had, but Dune 2 was also one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had. Both saw them both on IMAX. I think I saw both of them on IMAX twice each. They're just, these are made for the cinema. They are absolutely incredible. The both of them, Maverick is what you would call 4K reviewers will say it's a reference quality disc, as in just the sharpness, the way the colors balance, just how it looks and how it sounds is like, okay, this is like a good example to show someone this is what 4K is all about. You bring your friends over, you put it on, you go, look how sharp it is. Incredible. Both of the movies are amazing. I'd rank them very, very highly, 5 stars. But if push came to shove, I would have to snap Maverick. And my logic is that, for what I said earlier on, then I can keep Dune 2 and obviously Dune 1, and hopefully if Dune 3 or Dune, well, it's called Dune 3, it's basically Dune Messiah. If they knock that out of the park, I can keep that trilogy intact, and I can live with the cheeseball member berries of the first Top Gun movie and still kind of have some attachment to it. Because like it's an absolute cheeseball movie, whereas there's no cheese really, or very little in Maverick. It takes itself a bit more serious. But yeah, I love these movies. This hurts. It's like picking your children, but I'm gonna snap Maverick there. Bob?
I haven't seen Dune 2. What I need to do is watch Dune 1 again and then watch Dune 2, because I have watched Dune 1, and based on that, and I have watched Maverick, and I totally agree with you. The first time I watched Maverick was as a sound demonstrator in the shop.
As a sound demonstrator?
Yeah, like with some, like when you go into one of those booths, like an old school. Yeah, they had Maverick on the
Deadly.
And it is, cool. Yeah, it is amazing. I really enjoyed the film, but it's Top Gun, and Dune 1 was so cool. I don't know why I haven't got around to watching Dune 2 yet, but I would definitely. I do remember do I need to watch the first one again first?
Yeah, if you are doing that, what I need you to do is, I would rewatch Dune, and I would then, after rewatching it, before you watch Dune 2, watch like a 10-minute or 5-minute summary of the movie you just watched, Dune, on YouTube, so they break down a bit more of the lore, and you will get so much more out of the second movie.
Okay.
When I saw Dune for the first time,
I
remember it was a Friday night. We put it on too late. You know where this is going. I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning, before school, every morning, and because it's like I train in the morning before I go to work, and then by Friday I'm just melted. I'm done, and it's a slow burn. You like slow movie, but it was so. I was watching it going, all this cast is amazing. This looks stunning. I really like this director, Denis Villeneuve. The sound engineering, the Hans Zimmer score, everything looks great. Why am I enjoying this as much as I should? Because I didn't understand it. And then I watched Dune 2 and I was like mind blown. But before I watched Dune 2, I watched a few breakdowns. I understood the Bene Gesserit and what the Lisan Al Gaib was and what the Fremen were. I'd rewatched Dune. I'm like, oh, now I get it. And now when I go back watch the first Dune movie, like you hear people saying Lisan Al Gaib and the Muad'Dib. You hear that stuff's there, but you just never hear it because you don't know what it is. And it just delivers more the more I watch it. But
so it sounds like I need to watch it and then look up that Screen Crush guy. Is it Ryan that does the quick summary of plots of films?
There's a lot of them.
Ryan, Ryan George.
Is that him? He's in the sort of video shop with the little sock thing.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was Ryan.
Oh, okay. This was the guy with the little sock puppet.
I know the guy. Yeah.
You know, they review all like after you've watched kind of like I don't know, like Andor and stuff like that. He'd take you through all the bits you might have missed.
I actually disagree with you on this one, Gio. I thought Top Gun did a very, very good job at giving a nod towards the first one without completely going backwards. I don't think they dwelled too much. They had to reference Goose because his son is in it, and you know what happened to Mum and stuff like that. But they didn't mention like Kelly McGillis or anything like that. I think they actually moved forward and just gave enough of a nod back towards the old one. I disagree with you on that one, respectfully. This one here, Maverick, is a feel-good movie. I do agree. Best scene when Maverick's been essentially fired and John Hamm's character is kind of telling the team, oh yeah, by the way, we'll have more time now to do the mission and you can fly a bit higher. But they're like, yeah, won't the surface to air missiles get us, and then more time will be intercepted by those 5th generation fighters, which are so much better than our aircraft's capabilities, and that undoes everything we've been training for all along. And then Maverick comes in, they just see the dot on the screen. Like it's such a good scene, and it is actually feel good. But very tough snap. Dune goes. Yeah, myself and Ian discussed this earlier on. We're on opposite ends of this. Top Gun is a deep place in my heart. With a lost friend, but Maverick was superb and saved cinema. It was the movie that brought people back to the cinema. They were pushing him to stream it and he was having absolutely none of it. So you got hats off to Tom Cruise there. Look, they're both 5-star movies. I'm glad this is just a game we play and I don't have to give up any. Okay, so we're going to go back and I think I might actually choose something now. I'm going to choose... Let's get this Joker spoke about. Let's get this Joker out of the way. Okay, so this is interesting they're doing this. This is the second DC one we've seen. They've done the Dark Knight Returns Batman from the comic of the same name. And now we've got the Killing Joke Joker from the Killing Joke. This is, I've read The Dark Knight Returns, fantastic, and I've read this one I'm not a comic book expert, but you know, if I, off the top of my head, recommend a few comic books, The Killing Joke would be on it, so would Arkham Asylum, so would Hush, so would The Long Halloween, so would The Dark Knight Returns, Watchmen, some of those Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe probably get in there as well. But this one here, fantastic comic book. One of the most iconic covers for a Joker or Batman comic book. I think it looks incredible. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, but yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It looks incredible. Happy for people who want it. I'm not going to pick it up, but I really like it. E-boys?
I'm not going to pick this up. I think it looks good if you're into that sort of thing, but I don't read comics, and yeah, just... It looks very, very good, but it's just not the figures that I'm interested in. Certainly not my favourite Joker by a long way.
Yeah, it wouldn't be my favourite rendition, but I can see... I think having read that the story is very good, and I really admire the illustration style in it. So
yeah,
that's why I'd be a bit more inclined to go oh, this does look incredible. again, it's kind of like the Darth Vader. If someone gifted this to me, I'd be like, yeah, that's staying in the collection. I'm not gonna sell it on. What do you think, Dave?
This is one of those things where it's like, if you're a Batman fan, this story is required reading. Like this is one of them. This is one of the epics of the epic stories. And when this came up, I was struggling with it because one, I don't need to pre-order everything.
Yep.
But also, this feels like a candidate for, one of those figures that I know if I don't get it, which everything is always going to be available for the most part, in some capacity. It just depends on, if it costs so much, are you willing to spend that much, But this is one of those where I feel like maybe it could get cross-haired, and I don't like the taste of that. As in,
this could end up being like the Bad Batch crosshair increase in value. Yeah. Fair point. Yeah, fair point.
Like this is it's a fan favorite character. It's certainly one that I absolutely adore. I would love to see this version of Batman too, but I doubt they're going to do that because of the way they've been doing, these releases, just one and done. But I went ahead and pre-ordered this guy because I know I want him. He's one of those where I know I've got the 30th anniversary edition of this book where they recolored it, and they've got both versions of it color wise in the thing. It's hardbound. It's got that slip case and all the behind the scenes goodies and everything. And it's such a great and you can put him exactly in the pose from the cover. Come on. That's so cool.
I think I heard some people saying that, now maybe I'm wrong on this. I always thought he was holding the camera. Was the elbow a bit higher? Maybe
it should be a little bit higher. It's a little bit cockeyed. It should be more straight up and down.
Like if ever there was a blueprint for nitpick, what I just said was nitpick.
But you're right. I absolutely, I noticed it immediately, and I think about it every time I see this picture. And maybe that's something that can be overcome with micro adjustments. This is a prototype, so maybe they just can't or don't want to move it like that.
At the end of the day, we all love our accuracy, and we like when the sculpt is on point and the paint apps and the sculpted or rooted hair and the proportions and the articulation and the tailoring and the bases and the accessories, but they're never going to have DNA, fingerprints, a pulse. So at some point it's like, how much better than that? This looks incredible. But I won't be picking it up. But yeah, just happy they're doing it for those hardcore comic book fans. Because if it wasn't for comic books, none of the movies we like would be here. Bob, what would you like to do next? What we've left.
Should we just touch on? We got top
1995
3.
new.
1995.
Face Off.
Let's touch on new, shall we? Because I got a couple of figures in.
Go on, go for it.
So I'm still absolutely delighted with my New Hope layer that I got a couple of weeks ago. But so I got the Han Solo in. I know Phil got that as well, and that it's just such a great figure. I've kind of put him on a standard base there because that's the kind of display I'm going for at the moment. So he fits in, but what a figure! I tell you, the hands are the things that have kind of blown me away. I know it's a small detail, but they do seem a step up from hands. Hands.
But that was one of the things in the prototype images they highlighted, that they were upgraded, specially designed, the kind of vein work and the detailing around the knuckles and stuff. It was something that they had advertised as this is improved,
Yeah, and literally in hand, they look big, but they're right. I first worried that the hands. So I've kind of got the hand out the back, he's leaning forward, so you could see as much of the hand material as possible. So totally pleased with him. And I just picked up a think it's the Beskar Mando. I got a really good deal on a buy sell group for him because he came without a stand, and I wanted a Mando in my collection. So I got him for like, I don't know, 120 quid or something. So I was just really, he's been perfect condition, just hasn't got the stand. So I'm always sourcing new stands. But so I'm going back to the sort of Star Wars collecting.
So you're looking for a stand. Is that for?
I'm after sort of the standard square Star Wars stand, with a little plate on the front.
It's the rectangular one that has the kind of it has the grey. It's almost like the.
It's either. Yeah,
the Death Star,
like the Death Star floor.
Yeah, the standard. So not the sand base. So
or
it's rectangular and the grey. Yeah,
as long as it's rectangular and it's got the standard crotch grabber. Yeah, so if anyone's got one,
if anyone's has one that they're not using, or maybe you can come to agreement, just hit them up on. Instagram.
Yeah, totally. So I've got some nice heavy hit. I call these the heavy hitters at the top now. So I've got the Mando Luke, the Boba Fett that came with a throne, and then the Mando himself. So they just look really nice together.
Good stuff.
Like a nice little trio there.
Yeah, nice bit of space as well. Did you pick up anything new this week, or were you a good boy, Dave?
Oh no, I don't know what it means to be good. I need one of those. You know how everyone needs to have one of those X amount of days since last incident.
Yep.
Yeah. So I've gotten back into. I never really got out of it, but I've been digging more into Gremlins lately.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody does it like NECA does it. I will say I wish they were actually 6 scale. These are more. They're closer to quarter scale, I want to say. The Mogwai definitely are. The Gremlins are a little bit smaller compared to the Mogwai than they should be. So they're kind of like some weird in-between scale. But these guys, they look so good. Like, and they're modular. This is from the 2-pack of the Caroling Gremlins. But I had accessories otherwise, and I wanted to, use them. For instance, the Flash Dance set.
That's so cool.
It's fantastic, and it works so well with my little boombox here. And this is just great.
That's from Sideshow New Wave, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's so great, and I got the accessory pack that has the cocoon, which is pretty cool and gross looking. But because it comes with a actual 6 scale size gizmo, which doesn't scale with anything else through the NECA line at all. But it's a little gizmo that fits 6 scale basically with my figures that I can use. So it's fantastic. These are great. They're some of the most fun little figures. They're just simple, but they look so good. They look so good. And you can army build them and it makes sense.
Ian has a question for you.
Well, maybe she traded up.
That was quick. That was quick off the mark, man. He's got you there.
That was.
Did you pick up anything else?
Other than that, I have Padawan Ahsoka. Should be arriving tomorrow.
Good stuff.
I was gonna wait on her, but I realized I had award points with Sideshow, and I said, well, $197. I don't know if I'm gonna find her for cheaper than that anywhere at any point in time. So let's just get her now, because I have a whole display that's set up and waiting for her. So
she looks really good, I think.
She does. From what I've seen, she looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent. I picked up. Obviously, I mentioned earlier on at the start of the show. There was a bit of. I had bought the Mandalorian steelbook, the Mandalorian season 1, the top left here. So Mandalorian season 1 4K steelbook, and then the top right Mandalorian season 2 4K steelbook. I don't need season 3 for obvious reasons. I think when Luke comes in at the end of season 2, it was a lovely way to tidy up a very good series. Yeah. But I bought them. You couldn't get them. It was weird. Amazon.ie had them, but they would not ship to Ireland. I don't know, is it a licensing thing? And it's weird because we get everything. We don't have problems with that. But maybe there's a certain date they were supposed to be shipping it, because I know now you can get them here in Ireland now, but I eventually got Ian to get them for me, and he was shipping them over, and he tried like 3 or 4 times, and they kept shipping them back. So eventually, he had to come to Dublin and give it to me. So I was delighted. So they're really beautiful looking steelbooks, and I'm looking forward to watching that as well. And then of course, Andor season 1, again steelbook 4K. I was looking for that myself and Phil because they were sold out for ages, but they just got restocked on Zavi, and Zavi came through at retail as well, because I was looking at them on the aftermarket, and man, they were really getting up there.
Yeah.
And then in Dublin yesterday with Ian, I kind of have a little list on my phone of like 4Ks that I'm allowed to buy if I see them. It stops me impulse buying and buying things I don't need.
It's a good idea.
So I was in, you had to bring Ian to the 4K shops, but pointless because he has them all already. But I came across Prey, and I had been looking for it, so I picked up that, and
Brilliant.
Bond arrived today, so expect some content in the form of shorts, reels, and a full review. So yeah, excited about that.
Awesome.
What do you want to select, Dave? We've got 3 more topics left. Wednesday, Face Off, and 1995.
Oh wow. You know what? Let's go with Wednesday.
Now this will be a short one because there's not much to talk about. I hadn't seen this until well, I'd seen the tease, and I was aware it was a show. Watched the first season there just over the last few days. I really enjoyed it. Not aimed at my age group, definitely. I mean, I love when I was a kid, I really liked the Addams Family Values. I remember seeing the Addams Family Values in the cinema with my family, I believe. And I really liked Christina Ricci is always going to be Wednesday to me. However, I think Jenna Ortega does a bloody great job of playing the character. Now, look, it's not a TV show I'd be, oh my god, my mind's blown away, everyone has to watch this. Took for what it was. I think the star of the show is the star of the show, like Jenna Ortega. She does a great job. Her mannerisms, the way she walks, everything, it's very well done. I quite enjoyed it, and it's nice. It'll be coming up to Halloween. You'd nearly give it a rewatch, but I don't think the jaw on this is right. She's got a very distinctive jaw, and I put this into ChatGPT and I said, complete this image of Jenna Ortega as Wednesday, using reference images of Jenna Ortega. And this was the first one they threw out. And then I basically said, that's not good enough. Try again. And this was the second one. So, lads, I don't think we've got to be worried about Skynet just yet. But look, I wouldn't be picking this up even if they do absolutely nail it. I'm not the target audience. It's not for me. But guys, thoughts there before we move on to the next thing?
Quick one for me really is I'm sort of Addams Family. I've not seen this yet. It's nice for horror collectors. I think that I've met a few people that collect horror figures, and
good idea. Yeah,
it's a nice little. It's nice that Hot Toys are. I don't think it's where they're going, but at least they're making stuff that you can,
outside the big
collection.
three. Outside the big three. Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
I loved the show. It is interesting how you do kind of stray away a little bit from the average, how you think of Wednesday Addams as a character, but also it doesn't not make sense because she's in high school, she's exploring different ideas, and she's learning new things, and she's getting into other stuff. So it makes sense, the trajectory of the story, even though it's not what you would expect.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
And she does such a great job.
She does a great job.
And I can see this is one of those good variety characters. Like I can see her on the shelf solving crimes with Batman. Or I can see her doing witchy stuff with Wanda, it's a very versatile character in that way. It makes me kind of wish that there was 6 scale Scooby-Doo stuff. honestly.
Yeah, that's quite funny. Yeah.
But,
And it was great that Christina Ricci was actually in the show as well.
yeah, that was
That's
so
kinda-
cool to see her.
Yeah.
I haven't seen season 2 yet. I'm waiting for because I canceled Netflix because I got tired of paying for it and paying too much and still having it ads and all that. I got mad about it. So when the second half of season 2 gets out, then I'll go and buy another month, and then I'll watch it and catch up on some other stuff. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and get this figure because I just really loved her as Wednesday, and I kind of really want to see. I love the interaction of 6 scale figures. That's like always been the big thing for me. No matter where they're from, what IP they are, it's fun to cross over with stuff. So I love that idea.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got 2 things left: 1995 and then Face Off. I'm just gonna we'll just do 1995 first. This just popped up on my Instagram randomly. Now,
Oh wow!
the challenge
That was
for
a good
the
year.
3 of us, and the challenge for everyone in the chat. Now, this is a horrible one. You need to pick one movie if the rest of them are going to be snapped out of existence. This is like the snap on steroids. If only one of these movies survive, what is it? Now, I'm going to give you a minute or two there because this is a tricky one. You've got Heat, just in case you're listening and you're not watching the screen. On the screen, it says you have to pick your favorite movie from 1995, and they have the following movies. These are your options: Heat, Seven, Casino, The Usual Suspects, Braveheart, Lahane, Before Sunrise, 12 Monkeys, and Toy Story. This is a tricky one. Does anyone has a short list even?
I've got a short list of 3. 7, Casino, and Braveheart.
Right, so you're wondering which one.
I'm probably made up actually. If you're happy, do you want me to just go for it?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, because you're
So Braveheart I've watched. So Braveheart is like a Jaws to me, and every time it's on telly or any channel, as soon as I see it, I have to watch it because I enjoy it very much.
I get that.
7, I'm a huge horror fan, and 7 is right up there. Totally original, brilliantly acted, very clever. But I'm going to have to go for Casino because I absolutely love the style of the film and obviously the main actors. So I'd have to keep Casino.
I'm going to rule out the bottom 4 straight away. Well, I haven't seen Lahane, and I haven't seen Before Sunrise, so that's okay. Maybe I should watch them. I watched 12 Monkeys once. I was very young. Maybe I didn't get it. I didn't return to it. I should watch it again. And Toy Story, I'm going to rule out. I believe Toy Story is 1994 anyway. I think they've made a mistake here. I could be wrong, but I think Toy Story is 94. I thought Braveheart was 94 as well. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong on that anyway. So that narrows it down to Heat, 7, Casino, The Usual Suspects, and Braveheart. I've obviously seen them all. There's an argument to be said that the top 5 here are 5-star, 4 if not 5-star movies. I don't think any of them would score under 4 stars. They're all incredible. I think you could ask me that next week and I'll give you a different answer, but I think I'd go Braveheart for the simple reason that it's the one I've rewatched the most. And I've rewatched The Usual Suspects quite a bit, 7 quite a bit. I've only seen Heat twice. I loved Heat. I saw it once years ago and loved it. Well, I really liked it. And I just never got around to watching it again until last year. I just still think it's incredible. But I think I'd keep Braveheart. Yeah. What do you think, Dave?
Well, there were 3 that immediately stood out for me. Like you, I never even heard of Lahane, however you say it. Before Sunrise, didn't even know that existed. But also, it was 1995. I was 14. Why would I care about whatever these are? The big ones for me were Braveheart, 12 Monkeys definitely begs a second, third, and or fourth watch, because wow, there's a lot going on there, and it's insane to try to wrap your head around it in one go. I definitely watched it a couple of times. I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. Toy Story was huge for so many reasons. I think if I'm having to pick one of these, it's probably gonna be, just because it's so epic, Braveheart. It's a very epic story. And I don't know how many 3-hour films there were up to that point that people watched on a regular basis. But this one certainly stood out in that way. And it's like, that's a long friggin' movie, but also it's a long friggin' movie I'll watch. You know, so I think that says a lot.
So your final decision you keep?
I wanted to say Toy Story. I think I have to pick Braveheart.
Okay, good stuff. Just before we move on to the final, it's a bit off topic, but I'm going to go with it. So, I had a video the other day. This guy, El Fiery or Fieri, whatever, he wrote on the comment on it, which I love when people comment and stuff like that, and I love when people disagree with me and stuff like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the comment is, 45 minutes video is too long. ... Try to sum it up next time. You don't get to give me fucking orders. You don't get to give me orders on my own channel. So I replied with, no, I will do whatever I want, because it's my channel. Like, I make the videos I want to make. If you want shorter videos, make your own. I don't think that's rude, it's blunt, but he responds, or they respond, not only are your videos long and boring, but you're also rude. Well, I wasn't being rude, I was being as a matter of fact. No, I will make whatever length videos I want. If you want to make short videos, make your own. And I responded, okay, don't watch them, so goodbye. But yet here you are. Now you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. Okay? But I'm not rude. It's 45-minute videos actually do quite well, because I think a lot of people who are at home and they are working from home, they want something to watch and or listen to in the background. And instead of clicking on a 6-minute video, which means in 6 minutes time they're going to click on another video, they probably just like to have it on the background. So I hope that clears that up. You're more than welcome to stay, but I won't be taking orders from anyone about how I conduct my channel. I face people like this head on as much as I can. So you're more than welcome to stay. No disrespect whatsoever, but yeah, I won't be taking orders from people about how I run my own channel. Thank you very much. Thank you, JB. I much appreciate that. Right, so did you do the questions for Face Off, Bob?
I have got some. Can I just say I'm annoyed that Jim was only 3 in 1995?
We all are. He's got the gift of time. God bless him. Like, and thanks
Can you sort of kick him out or something?
Yeah, no. Thanks for the fact check there on that, Jim. I always thought that was 94. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is it's me versus you, Dave. So we have the boss on the bottom there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to switch over to private chat, Dave, so we can't see anyone. If you're watching the chat, don't write the answers, please, into the chat. And the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to put on the suspenseful Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music. I'm surprised that's not copyrighted. But yeah, no copyright strikes for it. So, okay, I'm going to put this up a bit louder. There we go. All right, now it's tense. So, do you want to go first or second, Dave?
You know what? I think you've got me, regardless.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I think Bob has questions.
Dealer's choice.
He's got challengers questions. We could end up 0 apiece yet.
I'll
go first, so Bob.
Okay. Yeah, I'm slightly anxious because it's my first one I've done, but I think I've followed the brief.
You do a great job.
Okay. Right. So, question 1 to Shane. In what year You'll notice there's a bit of a theme on these. In what year was I Am Legend released?
I'm going to go 2012 on that.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Okay. The answer was 2007.
Oh, it was way off. Way off.
I guess
Shoots
that.
and misses.
Yay.
Shoots and misses.
Okay, Dave. In what year did World War Z release?
Oh man, I have no frame of time reference for this one. I want to say it was in like the middle of the teens. Well, like I'm gonna go with 2015. I'm gonna say 2015.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
It was 2013.
Oh, it's so close.
Close. You were closer than I was, man. Good
Very
job.
close.
Dodged the bullet there.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Back to Shane. Who directed the 2002 film Resident Evil?
Oh God. I don't think I've ever seen it. I've definitely not played the game. But I know the one you're talking about. It's probably the one with Mia Jovovich, I think.
Mhm.
Oh God. I'm gonna have to just hazard a guess. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I'm gonna go
Very
with.
true.
I'm gonna go with Sam Raimi, but I have no faith that I'm right. I'm wrong.
Final answer?
Final answer is Sam Raimi.
The answer is Paul Anderson.
Damn it.
I don't even know that name.
No, Paul Anderson. He's directed a few different science fiction movies, I think. But I can't think of any offhand. But
No. Okay.
did he direct
Right.
The Fifth Element, maybe, or something? No, possibly.
Definitely a few sci-fis.
Yeah.
Dave, question 2 for you. Who directed the 2009 film Zombieland?
Oh man, I love that movie too. I don't follow directors like that, but the first name that comes to mind, and I don't think this is true. The first name that comes to mind is Robert Rodriguez, but that's definitely not. But that's what I'm gonna go with because I got nothing else.
I'm seeing where you're going with that, though. That could be like, yeah, that's a good guess.
I got nothing else, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay, the director was Ruben Fleischer.
Oh yeah, I never would have guessed.
Or
that.
Fleischer. Okay, come on, guys. Maybe I need to rethink the brief next time. Let's see what happens.
No, this
Right,
is perfect. It should be difficult. If you get one question, you win.
Okay,
basically.
that's good.
This is what it should
All
be.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly what
Question 3 to Shane. In the 2002 film 28 Days Later, who played the character Frank?
Is it Brendan Gleeson?
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
It's Brendan Gleeson.
Get in!
Ah, nice.
Nice. All right,
Very good.
Dave, no pressure. In the 2004 film Shaun of the Dead, who played Philip?
Nugget sauce. Yeah, I watched it once. I don't remember the names of any of those actors.
Okay.
or the cast, or the crew, or the characters. I don't remember none of that, so I'm gonna have to. Oh man, I'm gonna say it was. What's a fun name? I'm gonna go with Jacob Rubenstein.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final. The great British actor Jacob Rubenstein.
I kind of want him to be right. Like,
Yeah, me too. But I can't stretch it somehow. Shane, did you have any idea just for fun?
well, I'm guessing that you didn't ask me a main character, which means that you didn't ask him a main character. So I don't think it's Simon Pegg, which I believe is the main character. I think it's the second guy. I think it's the other fella who, when you say his name, I'll be like, yeah, of course that's the name, but I can't remember him. No.
Okay, the actor who played Philip was Bill Nighy.
No,
wasn't the person I was thinking about, but I know the guy.
I know that name. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got the one.
That's
Well-
it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
You let me down, Jake.
Thanks very much, Bob. Thanks very much for
Pleasure. Thank you.
for doing thanks very much for coming on. Thanks very much for doing those questions. Definitely saves me a bit of time. It does actually take a bit of time to put
anytime.
together. Yeah, and thanks very much for coming on. Do you have anything you want to plug before we wrap this up?
For me, no. I'm just keep my YouTube channel still uploading little shorts of the new figures I get. If people just want to have a little, 30-second blast of things, a minute blast. My TikTok's still going, Tiny Art Guy. All my artwork is on my website. So I know plenty of people follow me anyway. So just thank you to all those that continue to support.
Yeah, and if you want to subscribe then to Tiny Art Guy and follow him, subscribe on YouTube and follow on Instagram at Tiny Art Guy. What about yourself, Dave? I presume you're a kind of a staple. Do you have like tenure in a Geo stream now? I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I have become a fixture. They built it around me. Nothing really to plug. I have been putting up. I've been rearranging my collection a little bit, and I put up a couple of nice shots on my Instagram of some new shelf displays, like with my Wolverines, and I got the Apex time case that I got my Batman in now, and he looks fantastic. I will be showing off my new Ahsoka display once I get her in and posed up and set up on the thing. I'm very excited for that. But other than that, I'm just hanging out in the chats, creeping in on the streams, jumping in where I fit in, hanging out with Gio and them. Thank you for the invite. It's always nice to come on and chat with you guys. Bob, I think this is the second time, maybe third time we're streaming together.
Yeah, I think it's second or third. Yeah.
Yeah, but
always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure, sir. Yeah, absolutely. And again, always let me come on and hack it up with you guys. But great stream, great conversation always. Even on a slow news day, it's always a good time.
Yeah, man. Because actually, when I put my mind to it, and it's like, okay, like I knew it was going to be slow. So like anytime those things about that 1995 question was a tricky one. That all that stuff just popped up on my random Instagram feed. So I just like screenshot it and was like, that would be something for if there is a slow new week, to the point where I had too much, because we're gonna rank the MCU movies. We made a short list of like 25 different MCU movies that might be potential top 10, 20, and like the next week we're gonna try and come to a consensus on a top 10. Plus myself and Ian were in Forbidden Planet and in Dublin yesterday, and we noticed something and we took a few photos, and we're going to make that into kind of like a game for next week as well, so that'll be interesting as well. So thanks very much for coming on, guys. Thanks very much for everyone watching on the chat. Thanks very much Akira just joining in at the end, and JB, much appreciated. So look, folks, again, I've said it before, say it again, thanks to anyone who's ever taken any time, the time to watch any videos, like any videos, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member, come on the chat, leave a comment. And again, look, I really appreciate people leave comments, but I just take no shit. So like if people want to come on and they want to say, well, you know what, I disagree with your take on that, I think it looks better like this, perfectly fine. We want to be, myself and Bob didn't agree on Alien Earth there. Bob liked a lot more than I did. I know that some of the people who are normally on the show liked it a lot. Some people didn't like so much. Some people are in the middle of the road. And that's, I think, what makes it, people have kind of lost the art of being able to have a discord and disagree, and it's important to be able to disagree without like whatever, but yeah, it's so it is appreciated. So anyway, we're out of here, and the Bond review should be done maybe this week, and there'll be a short going up, and then of course we'll be back here at Monday. So folks, thanks very much, thanks for watching, and see you later. Hit the like, subscribe button, and we are out here. Dave is having a rave. Dave, bye bye.